Eye safety. Jobs and activities that pose a danger to your eyes. Many job activities have the potential to cause eye injury. Some are more obvious than others. Common causes of eye injuries include projectiles, dust, concrete, metal, wood and other particles, chemicals, splashes and fumes, radiation, especially visible light, ultraviolet radiation, heat or infrared radiation and lasers, bloodborne pathogens, hepatitis or HIV, from bodily fluids including blood. Auto repair. Mechanics are more likely than the average worker to be injured on the job. Contact with objects and equipment, such as parts and materials, represent a significant hazard. Eye injuries can occur as a result of sparks from cutting torches and airborne pieces of metal launched from bench grinders. Carpentry, and general repairs pose the threat of eye injury from flying wood, metal and concrete chips. Other risks include hammering, chiseling, drilling, stripping paint, splitting tiles or concrete slabs, painting ceilings, and laying insulation. Construction. Construction has a much higher rate of eye injuries than any other industry. In construction, more than 10,000 eye injuries occur each year, forcing employees to miss work. Nails, tiny pieces of metal, splinters and cut wire ends can land in the eyes, and cement mixing, sawing, grinding and chipping produce dust and grit that can cause eye injuries and irritation. Driving. For first-class license holders, good vision is a necessity both for the safety of drivers as well as others on the road. It is also important for drivers to protect themselves against harmful UV rays, glare and airbag injuries to the eye. Electrical work. Due to the nature of their overhead work, electrical workers are at increased risk for eye injuries from flying particles such as nails, small pieces of metal and cut wire ends, as well as falling objects or sparks striking the eye. Electricians also face a higher threat of burns, which can lead to blindness. Healthcare, laboratory, and janitorial work. Infectious diseases can be transmitted through the mucous membranes of the eye as a result of direct exposure. Example, blood splashes and respiratory droplets generated during coughing or suctioning, or from touching the eyes with contaminated fingers or other objects. The infections can range from relatively minor, such as conjunctivitis or reddening soreness of the eye, to more serious diseases such as HIV, B virus, HBV, or possibly influenza. Manufacturing. Manufacturing eye injuries are most likely to result from work that generates flying particles, fragments, sparks, dust, hazardous substances or radiation. Tasks with the highest risk of eye injuries are grinding, welding and hammering. Other high-risk activities include cutting, drilling, spraying, smelting, sanding, chipping and chiseling. Plumbing. Chemical and material exposure is a common source of eye injury for plumbers. Plumbers also may receive burns from hot equipment parts. Steam lines and the release of hot water or steam. Cutting or grinding can also cause eye injuries from flying particles. Welding. Chemical burns to one or both eyes from splashes of industrial chemicals or cleaning products are common. Thermal burns to the eye occur as well. Among welders, their assistants and nearby workers, UV radiation burns, welders' flash, routinely damage workers' eyes and surrounding tissue. Prevention. The use of proper eye protection, such as safety glasses, goggles, face shields, and helmets can prevent countless eye injuries. The Occupational Safety and Health Administration requires the use of eye and face protection whenever there is a chance of injury that could be prevented by such equipment. The right eye protection for each work situation depends upon the type of hazard, the circumstances of exposure, other protective equipment used and individual vision needs. Safety eyewear protection includes non-prescription and prescription safety glasses, goggles, face shields, welding helmets, full-face respirators. Do's and don'ts of emergency eye care. If an eye accident occurs, see a medical doctor or eye care professional as soon as possible since an injury may not be immediately obvious. Until a medical professional can be seen, heed the advice below. Do. Protect the eye from further damage by holding a folded cloth over the eye. Having it act as a shield. Seek eye care immediately. Bandage any cuts around the eye to prevent contamination or infection. Flush the eye with water in the case of a chemical burn or if there is small debris in the eye. Use a cold compress to treat a blunt trauma injury such as a black eye, but be careful not to apply additional pressure. Do not remove any objects that are stuck in the eye as this could worsen the injury. Do not wash out the eye when dealing with cuts or punctures to the eye. Do not attempt to self-medicate, apply ointments, or take any medications, including over-the-counter drugs. Do not rub the eye or apply pressure. Doing so may cause more damage.